From the original 700 acres of bog, the Michigan State campus has now expanded with missions in Okinawa, India, Colombia, and Brazil. Today, Michigan State is one of the 10 largest universities in America, with an enrollment of 36,000 students.
As you well know, this is the time of year the pulse begins to quicken, for the football season is upon us.
As Michigan State approaches the start of the 1965 season, head coach Duffy Doherty is confident the green and white will be improved over a sixth-place finish of last year.
We are rather cautiously, or should we say hopefully, optimistic.
Jude was voted Michigan State's most valuable player of the campaign. And there he is to Lee, fine catch, a 19-yard touchdown.
In the fourth quarter now, being behind 12-3, and the way their defense was playing, it was just sensational. There's Duffy.
During the 1965-66 season, Duffy Doherty led the Spartans in what still stands as one of the greatest seasons in the history of Michigan State football. Before MSU battles the Boilermakers in Spartan Stadium as part of the Michigan State's 100th homecoming weekend, the 1965-66 players gathered in East Lansing to celebrate the back-to-back Big Ten titles and national championship earned 50 years ago.
Jimmy Ray, how the hell are you?
How you doing, John?
Jimmy, Jerry Jones.
This is a truly once in a lifetime. This is our 50th anniversary. These are the great players of the days of old. We feel most comfortable in saying that we've started to build the founding blocks for this program today, and it's truly a pleasure. I mean, I haven't been this excited in a long time.
But this is special because of the 50-year golden anniversary of our team. Seeing, like I said earlier, seeing guys that I hadn't seen in 50 years. And then there's guys you haven't seen in 25 years. You've seen them, but you haven't seen them in so long. It just brings back so many special memories. Because we were just a tight-knit group. We all hung together.
You know, you don't realize how close you are until you separate. And that's what, as we have talked here the last couple of days, there's no question that the closeness, the togetherness, the leadership, the one for all for one sort of attitude is what was the secret to our success.
The 50-year reunion celebrates an MSU group that went 19-1-1 overall, with a perfect 14-0 mark in the Big Ten. The Spartans captured Michigan State's 5th national championship in 1965 before winning a second straight Big Ten title in 1966. A nearly spotless record sets the 1965-66 team apart from others in Spartan history as one of the greatest to ever take the field. But their play was far from what defined them.
It was a culmination of blacks, whites, north, south. It was truly Duffy Doherty changed the culture of college football, bringing all of us together, and ultimately the net result was we won 2 national championships.
It was a pleasure, and they meshed. The thing was that they meshed. You had guys like Robert Viney from Pittsburgh. We didn't know black players from anything else. Didn't bother him at all. He just played, he said, as long as they could play football, I don't care. And this was the attitude. This was the attitude. They meshed very well.
Well, I think the most important thing for me is how so many different young men who had different paths before we came here agreed on one goal, and to have 100 people agree on one objective and to sacrifice each other's bodies and minds for the good of the whole was something really extraordinary. And I don't think we really appreciated it back then, but clearly we do now.
The coaches and the players had no magic formula. It isn't like we knew exactly what we were doing. What I think we had was some good players. We had good, but a lot of teams have good players. But these players played together, and each week we got better. You hear that, we got to get better each week. Coach D says it frequently, but we did. We got better week by week, And we had no lack of leadership, and I think that's important. And I would say if there's any one thing that you could think about over 50 years is that the leadership on the team was greater than the coaching staff or the captains.
50 years removed from one of the best eras in Spartan football, the current Spartans have their sights set on rising to an elite level once again.
Well, the parallel between 65, 66 and the guys that are playing today, a lot of it's just they've got the heart to play. I mean, you can see it. When we were here in 65 and 66, out of the 20 games we played, at halftime we were behind like over 50% of the time. But we all gave it our all, and I think that's what they're doing here now.
I don't know the kids, but I could be 99% sure they have no idea just how significant what they're doing is, especially if they can go on and continue to be as successful as what we've been the last couple of years. We sure as heck didn't know in the middle 60s when we were running off win after win after win, but no, they don't understand. I hope they don't understand, because that keeps them hungry.
The Spartans survived the stout non-conference slate with a perfect 4-0 record intact. But things get even more difficult for Mark Dantonio and the Spartans in Week 5 as they open Big Ten play with Purdue.
Big Ten season starts this weekend, so an exciting opportunity, sort of a new season in itself, and it sort of all starts here. When you look at our football team right now, we need to continue to try and play our best football as we move forward. Purdue has provided some great matchups in the past years. We played them 6 times since I've been here. And you can go back and look at every one of those games, and very exciting games. So I've known Darrell Hazel a long time, so I know what his basic philosophy is. Good football coach who have his guys ready to play. So I'll take some questions.
Mark, everyone makes so much of the national championship race now in the rankings, but is it still the Big Ten to you? Is it still a big deal?
Yeah, it's a really big deal to me. I mean, we coach in the Big Ten, so that's what I'm concerned about. I think coaches basically put themselves in a bubble. I don't care what conference you're in. I think that's just the norm for me. It's all about what we do now. This is the start of something special. It is the start of something special every single year when we get to the Big Ten Conference, and that's the way it should be. Great conference, great crowds, a lot of media exposure. I'm just immersed in all this.
Dantonio and the number 2 Spartans are well aware of the importance associated with starting Big Ten play, and they're more than ready to begin their season within a season.
Well, first and foremost, you got to, address the whole team and tell them that this is the second chapter of our season. It's going to be a lot different than a non-conference. The game is going to get a lot tougher. The players that we're playing against are going to get a lot better. The competition is going to play a lot harder against us. So first and foremost, you got to get everybody in that mindset and make sure everybody has that mentality that Big Ten season is different than the non-conference. Then after that, it just comes down to going back to our fundamentals and our basics and our mantras here at Michigan State. Playing hard, playing fast, playing tough, playing with a lot of effort, a lot of film study, practicing hard, because we know it's on the line. We know each game is going to get bigger and bigger.
Big Ten season is upon us, and that means everything. Obviously before in the non-conference games, they all count one. That's a big saying that we carry ourselves with around here. But as soon as the Big Ten season starts, that's what you play for. You play to make it back to Indianapolis, and you got to win every single game. Starting with Purdue, we know they're a great team, and they're going to give us their best shot.
The competition is going to come in here, and when we go on the road, they're going to want to beat us day in and day out because we are at that high level now. Where everybody's looking at us and seeing that we're number 2 in the country right now. We're the best of the best, and everybody's gonna be gunning for us.
Well, you lock in more than you do the non-conference, even though those are important games. But it's just something about the Big Ten to where you got to get the job done to where you want to go, and we're playing good teams regardless of if it's ranks, if it's not. We know it's a tough opponent. Because to me, the Big Ten's the best conference, I feel, in all of college football. So, we got to bring it, and we just have to make sure that we know what we're doing to execute, whether it's defense or offense.
Yeah, we just got to understand that the only people that matter are the guys in our room, the guys in our team meeting room, 105 guys on the team, all the coaching staff and the support staff and everybody that travels with us. Those are the people that matter. That's our Spartan family. And at the end of the day, we're playing for ourselves, As a Spartan family, we're playing for each other within the Spartan family, and we're playing for a championship. And we can't, we got to ignore the outside noise out there. We can't focus on what everybody else is doing in the country, because we can only control what we can control, and that's how we play on every Saturday.
The marquee matchup of the Big Ten opener for MSU comes in the trenches, with the Boilermakers boasting a defensive line that ranks in the top 10 in tackles for loss and averages almost 3 sacks per contest.
Yeah, they're lunch pail guys up front. They're going to come to work every day. We're excited. It's an opportunity to take our first step in the Big Ten. Always starts up front. Starts up front with Coach Burton, starts up front in our room. You know, this season comes down to it's a 8-rung ladder, and this is the first rung. So now we've got to get on that ladder with this first one. Thankfully, it's at home in front of what's been a great Spartan crowd in the last few weeks here, and we're looking forward to homecoming and starting things the right way.
But for Coach Staten and the offensive line, winning the battle at the line of scrimmage on Saturday starts on Tuesday in the offensive line meeting room.
All right, first rung of the ladder, right? You guys know that. Time for others to step up, just as you have. So, you know, you're up. So we got to make sure that we're all ready for that. And when situations occur and when they happen, you know, we'll have to plug in accordingly. So you guys have watched these guys. You've seen them, right? They've got some speed on the outside with their defensive ends. T. Sam will talk to you more about that. They got lunch pail guys on the inside, guys, you know, that have been playing quite a bit of football. They got 3 of them truly that have played a lot in there. You guys will see them as you've been watching film. I'm sure you've already seen them. On the back end, they're pretty solid, two returning starting corners. So they're thinking that they can come in here because this game's been closer than it's needed to be over the course of the last few years. So they're going to come here with confidence. They're going to come in here expecting to go 1-0 in the Big Ten. All right, so it's up to us to shut the door on them.
Go out here is to get better. You know, like have some new guys and new positions, so we just got to get better today, you know.
We got some new guys in. Everybody communicate today and work together. Here we go. Whole line on one. One.
What do we have to do to win the Big Ten? What do we have to do? We have to, little things, right? We got to finish our blocks, right? You with me? So we're just going to fit, drive, separate. Okay, I want as much weight on them as you got. All right, there'll be a lot more next year, I promise. All right, and I want you holding it back like this. Ready, set. And I want him to drive. I don't want him. I want it hard for him. Okay? Hey, everything you got out of him. Everything. Come on. Set. Come on. Fight him, Robert. Fight him. All right, don't be soft on him, Needle. He's trying to take his job. Reset. Good. Now, you see what happened right there? You got to hear it stop for a second. You got right back down to there. You kept pushing. In steps. Here we go. Good fight. Give me a good fight. Here we go. 2 Chicago boys. Reset. Good.
The preparation for Purdue's talented front can't be accomplished on the gridiron alone, as the Spartans rely on watching film on the Boilermakers to help prep for the Big Ten opener.
Just while watching film on the defense, just trying to find any key things that I point out, like in their stances or how they line up and different things on that nature. I mean, it really does carry over to game day, because like if you can get like a first jump on a guy, if you know like where he's going, then that'll help you out in the long run. Just trying to watch, you know, like how they move and like how their stance is, like I said before, and just like trying to get a jump on the weekend.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. Happy homecoming. And this has been quite a week at Michigan State, and it's quite a weekend, Jason Strayhorn. Homecoming number 100, a reunion of one of the greatest teams of all time, the 65 and 66 national champion Spartans. And if you can't get fired up as a player when those guys are back in town, then you're probably not ever going to get fired up. I expect the Spartans to come out with an emotional performance today. Purdue will receive. They put the ball down at the 23, and that's where Purdue will put it in play. sore back or not, DJ Knox checks in.
Ball's out.
On the handoff.
Ball's out.
Spartans pounce on it. It looks like Joel Heath has it. And the Spartans now with great field position after a turnover by the Boilermakers. LJ Scott behind Trevin Pendleton. Connor hands to LJ. Connor running to his left. Stiff arms one man.
Nice
Gets
block
a block on the next. Gets inside the 20. 3rd and a half a yard now. Connor's under center. LJ the lone setback. Off right guard. Breaks a tackle. Steps out of another. He's at the 5. He's at the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown MSU. The first Spartan score on this 100th homecoming afternoon. Purdue will take over. Spartans lead them 7-0, taking advantage of a Boilermaker turnover. Ball at the 36-yard line. Play fake to Jones. Blau hit from behind. Malik McDowell got him from behind back at the 30. The Spartans pin back to their own 6-yard line after an excellent punt. High offset left by Pendleton in front of LJ. Back to throw goes Connor. Over the middle deep, and it's a falling down grab made. Great grab by Monty Medeiros. Brian Allen at center, McGowan at right guard, Donovan Clark at right tackle. Handoff, LJ Scott, a spin move. He's in the clear for a minute. He's at the 25. He's at the 20-yard line, and down to the 19-yard line of Purdue. At the right hash, tight end Lang in motion to the left. Pendleton and LJ in the offset eye behind Connor Cook. Handoff to LJ, off right guard, into the end zone, standing up. Touchdown, MSU. Nice block by David Beadle. Spartans kick it off, and Purdue will not return. Spartans lead 14-0 at the Spartan 40 as we start the second down.
Ball's
out
out.
to his right. He's hit, he fumbles. Looks like Purdue may have recovered, but maybe not. I think the Spartans have it. Riley has recovered. Connor's by himself in the shotgun here on 2nd and 7. Has time, looks left, throws that way. Caught in a crowd, Jamal Lyles. 1st and 10 now at the 23 of Purdue. They'll toss it to R.J. Shelton running left to right. Got a convoy at the 10, at the 5, at the right pylon. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. 23 yards for R.J. Shelton. And another Spartan score. Knox to the left of Blau. Here's the snap. Blau feeling some heat. Throws to his left. Under pressure from Riley Bullock. Throws it back over the middle. It is tipped and it is picked. Picked off by Demetrius Cox as time runs out here in the first half. Spartans 21, Purdue nothing.
The Spartans are out, the Boilermakers are out. Second half about ready to start up.
Phillips and the tight end Herdman to the right. Snap to Blau, pressure's on. Here comes the Cowboy blitz. Arjun Colhoun knocks down David Blau way back at the 30-yard line. Offset eye to the left, Lang in front of LJ Scott. They hand it to LJ running right. Big hole, right tackle. He's at midfield. He's at the 45-yard line. Paul Lang lines up straight in front of him in the eye behind Connor Cook. Hand off to Madre. Trying to get outside right tackle. Does. He's at the 30 and now the 25. And inside the 25 and out of bounds on this near right sideline for Geiger. Good snap by Tabor Pepper. The put down by Matt Maxud. The kick is up. The kick is good. The Spartans 24, Purdue 14. Purdue trying to make this even tighter with just under 7 minutes left. 1st and goal at the 3. The handoff to Jones, off left guard into the end zone. Touchdown Boilermakers. It is a 3-point game. 6:44 to go on homecoming afternoon at Spartan Stadium. The Boilermakers get the football.
Michigan State's got to hold defensively here. Less than 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
Shotgun snap to Blau. Pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence Thomas like that one back. I think he could have picked it off. But he makes a big play at 2nd and 10. 4th and 9, Purdue at their 48. Shotgun snap to Blau. Here come the Spartans. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete.
Great play there.
Knocked away by the Spartans. It was intended for Gregory Phillips. Spartans make a play. It's Arjun Colhoun, and Michigan State will survive and win here against the Purdue Boilermakers, who picked up all kinds of second half momentum. Heck of a ball game here in East Lansing, 24-21.
Well, you know, we knew that we'd have to handle some adversity in the football game. I thought we started very well and played very well early on. You know, ran the ball very, very effectively. We got plays in the first half, but you know, all of a sudden things started to happen. The best thing I can say today is, you know, the tide sort of turned and we stopped it again. And I think when you can do that, when you can handle adversity towards the end of a football game, you know, great things are going to happen. And you can finish games, you can win games. So that's a big positive.
You know, playing in the Big Ten, no matter who you're playing, it's going to be a tough game. So, you know, we knew Purdue was going to come in here and give us their best shot. Credit to Purdue for you know, finishing strong in the second half and you know, putting up some points. But you know, ultimately, it was a hard-fought win. You know, credit the defense, credit the whole team, the coaches for dialing up a good game plan and letting us go out there and win.
Well, every game's tough. You know, everybody's got players. We'll get ready to go play Rutgers. We take them one at a time. We're 5-0 right now. That's the main thing. You know, nothing's perfect, but you know, played well and got it done. So that's the bottom line.